Like I did last time, Neve and I make our way through the crowd. Soon we make it to Fion. And when we do... No. Fion's staring wide-eyed at the scene before us. Fion rushes forwards, or at least she tries to. She doesn't make it very far. Wait! I take hold of Fion's shoulder and none too gently. She turns about and shoots me a glare. What are you doing? Let's go! That's my sister. They're apprehending my sister. I know, but think about this rationally. Hard for her to walk. Will this really work? Of course it will. This is a plan devised by my lady herself. How dare you insinuate there might be flaws with it? I was just wondering. There are 6 of them and only 3 of us. Girl, I'm worth a whole army. You have no idea. Don't worry, Fiona. I can dispatch an army of dozens with a mere click of my finger. But really? Girl, you saw that army that tried to kill you earlier. It wasn't even that long ago. And I just yelled at them and then they all went away. Fiona, I'm so glad you're alright. Holly, I miss you so much. And they're sniffling tearfully, the 2 women embrace. Fion, who's shorter than her sister, rests her head against her sister's chest, and I don't understand it. I don't understand. I should be happy to see you again, but I can't stop crying. I feel the same way, Fion. It must be because of the relief. All this time I was so convinced you were dead. I'm just happy to see that you're alright. Sorry. If you expected me to do like a tearful voice, I'm bad at voices as is. Well, of course I did, dummy. I couldn't let myself die, not when I knew you'd be worried about me. Fion brushes a few stray tears from her eyes and takes a step backwards. Her face is gently flushed but she's still smiling. You've always been a worrier, sis. You should try thinking about yourself for once. That's why I turned to a life of crime. It's because I was only worrying about how to survive. I'm curious about that. How did it happen? You were always such a good girl. I was when you were around, Fiona. I had to look after you. Mother and father were both dead, and I was the only family member we had left. So I thought... Alright, I'm back. Alright, mother and father were dead, and I was the only family member you had left, so I thought I should try to be a good role model. Sorry, I had to cut that mid-fucking sentence just like that. No. So, I had to cut that mid-sentence to help out do something real quick, and now I'm back. Alright. I never stole or cheated or committed any crimes, even though it would have been easier to provide for a style like that. I didn't want you growing up to be a criminal because you were always such an innocent girl. I tried to keep you on the straight and narrow. I took menial jobs, no matter how demeaning they were. I worked as a maid, I darned socks, I sold candles, and matches and flowers in the streets. But no matter how hard you worked, it weren't enough. You could hardly afford to feed me, let alone both of us. Fion. Holly's eyes soften, she sighs softly. Is that why you ran away? Yeah. It's not because I was unhappy with you or anything, sis. I know how hard you were working for my sake, and I was so ungrateful, but I was afraid I was a burden. I was worried you'd work yourself to death to look after me, and I figured I wasn't worth it, so you left me. You left me, you didn't even say goodbye. Holly, Fiona sniffles, she wipes her eyes with the back of her arm. I'm so sorry. What's called fucking, Viola's gonna show up and she's just gonna be like, alright guys, time to go. We're gonna be like, what? But they're having a nice reunion. But we got shit to do. I don't care. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now I think I should have talked to you about it. I should at least have let you know how I was. What? What'd you just say? Yeah, should have known. Okay, alright. I did a really bad thing and I'm sorry, I really am. Fiona bows her head deeply. She squeezes her eyes toughly together shut. I hope you can forgive me for being a bad sister. Oh, Fiona. Holly shakes her head. There's a small, incredulous smile on her face. You don't need to ask for my forgiveness. What? We're sisters. I'm not mad at you. If anything, I'm the one who should be asking you to forgive me. What do you mean? I mean, when you left, I had no reason to keep being a good girl. I thought I might as well start stealing if it would make my life more bearable. But the whole time I was thinking of you. I was afraid if you knew that your big sister had become... You wouldn't, you wouldn't look up to me anymore. You wouldn't love me. It was a scary thought. I wanted to be a mature, responsible older sister for you, but I'm afraid I've let you down. Oh, Holly, don't be silly. I don't care how you make a living. I'm just glad you're alive. Now we have twin sisters who are thieves. Such a great palette. I'm surprised she hasn't asked anything about the people who helped her, like Neve, me, for example. And I'm glad you're alive too, Fiona. I was so worried. Me too. Oh, Fiona. Holly. Yeah, go ahead. Why do I feel like someone's gonna ruin the mood here? I really feel like it's gonna be like Neve or fucking us. We're just gonna be like, alright. Especially if we're bringing her back with us. We're just gonna be like, alright. She'll be like, wait, why are you bringing her with us? Because I want her to be part of the harem? Just Neville's burying her head into the holly. Basically burying her head into her chest. I wonder if she's covering her sister's front in snot or in tears. I guess Holly doesn't mind, even if Fion's covering her in snot and their sister, so it's shared snot. Familiar snot? I don't know. I've never really had much of a family. I don't have any brothers and sisters. I haven't seen my parents in years. Looking at this soft, sentimental scene is making me feel a little mushy inside myself. Hey, Holly. Fion blinks at her sister. Her eyes are watering and her long, pale lashes are stuck together. Why don't you come with us? What do you mean? You can live with me and Viola. Her house is huge. There are like 100 of rooms. There are 60. Yeah, I was about to say, either me or Neve is gonna say. Neve being a maid, and she's so proper, I expected her to respond. There are 66 rooms to be precise. Exactly, hundreds. I would be the one afterwards be like, no, that's not. There's a bit of a difference between 66 and 100. Whatever, minor details. No. Fion waves one hand carelessly. There's loads of room. I'm sure Viola will be able to find somewhere nice to put you. Then you won't need to steal, and you'll never need to worry about where your next meal's coming from. Viola? Holly looks me up and down curiously. She looks suspicious. You mean the Dark Witch Viola? She's Dark Witch, but she ain't that bad, really, even if she's a little hard to get on with at first. Even if she did watch while I was assaulted by a tree. A tree? Never mind. I just wanted to say she ain't as terrible as the stories make her out to be. She's a bit sadist, but she ain't evil. Hey, don't be exposing my fucking kinks like that. I owe her a lot. She even saved my life. It's because of her that I'm still alive, and she owes the one who helped, and she's the one who helped me find you again. Why don't you come with me, Holly? Fion takes Holly's hands in her own and squeezes it tightly. Please? Well, Holly clears her throat. She glances to one side. I've heard any number of unsavory rumors about this Dark Witch. It's a pleasure to meet you too. That'll be my response as well. Be like, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. A neat curtsy. But if she really did help you, Fion, she can't be all that bad. Milady is a wonderful person. People spread baseless rumors and filthy lies about her because they're jealous of her power. They should be ashamed of themselves. I was about to say, Neve, you enjoy fighting too. You can't say except you're the opposite of what I am. I like causing pain and enjoying, I have a power complex. You, on the other hand, you have a pain complex. You do look a lot healthier than you were when I last saw you, Fion. You've grown up into a real young lady. I suppose I could thank the Dark Witch for that. I've been trying to turn your little sister into a lady, but she hasn't been easy to work. She's rather resistant to change. Did you know that she refuses to wear dresses and her accent is just horrible? You used to wear dresses when you were younger, Fion. You look very pretty in them. That was a long time ago. I'm not that girl anymore. I had to get strong and tough so I could survive living out in the streets. If you ain't tough, you will go hungry. Don't I know it? But I don't need to worry about that when I'm with Viola. I'm very thankful to Viola and appreciate everything she's done for you, but I don't think I can go with you. Huh? Why not? Don't you want to be with me again? I don't want to. What? I do want to be with you, Fion, but I'm very happy we're able to see each other again, but I suppose I've grown too used to my freedom. I don't want to be cooped inside the four walls of a castle. I like exploring the great unknown, even if I don't know how to get enough food from one day to the next. That's part of the excitement. Heh. And you say I've changed from when I was a kid. I think you've changed a lot too, sis. I would probably just be like, alright, then you don't have to live there. You don't have to live there if you don't want to. Basically, I'll give it to you as a place you can come by. Or, if you want, you can call it a base of operations, just come back. Well, it has been 8 years since we last saw each other last. A lot could change in that time. That's right, a lot can change. Are you sure you don't want you to come with us? I can run a nice warm bath and treat that leg of yours. It's a generous offer, but you've already helped me so much. I can't accept it. You're more stubborn than I thought, sis. Well, you must be inherited. Well, you must have inherited from someone. Fion sticks her tongue out at Neve, and Neve sighs and pushes her away. Well, if you really don't want to come with us, I can't force you, but... Fion looks at Holly's ankles doubtfully. What are you gonna do about that? It looks painful. Allow me. I raise one hand in the air. Orbs of white light begin to gather around my palm. Do you know healer magic too? Naturally. But you're a dark witch. I figured all your spells would be about ruin and death and destruction. They are mostly, but I like to cover all my bases. I'd be like dark witch. I'd be like life and death. Both are covered. Now hold still. This will only sting a bit. The light gathers around Holly's ankles. The arrow embedded into her skin melts away. The dried blood slowly begins to dissipate. The wound closes up within seconds. In fact, there's no evidence there was a wound ever to begin with. Holly looks at her leg in surprise. She rotates her ankle slowly, as though waiting for a jolt of pain, but no pain comes. I can't believe it. It's really fixed. Well, you should believe it. My mistress is one of the most talented witches there is. There isn't any type of magic she can't do. She's so strong it's almost disgusting. Hey, there's nothing disgusting about my mistress Fion. Fion rubs the back of her head and laughs. I guess not. Sorry. Viola, I've heard a lot of awful rumors about you, but it seems they were unfounded. I'm sorry for believing all the lies and falsehoods so easily. I, more than anybody else, should know the damage lies can do. My own family suffered greatly because of our slander. Yeah, family slander. It's quite alright. You don't need to thank me. I'm not particularly fond of sentimentality. Alright then. I know I might seem like an irresponsible big sister, but she bows her head. I'm going to leave Fiona in your care. I know you'll look after her well. Thank you. And another long, lingering hug. Holly departs. She creeps amongst the shadows, darting silently from tree to tree until she's out of sight. What are we going to do about the girl? Let me know. I'm not sure how she plans to support herself. She can hardly go back to Mutier now, and she still doesn't have any money to her name. I probably would have been like, here's something to start with. But she's been living on the streets for years without getting caught until today. I'm sure she'll be fine. Might have let one potential member of my slowly expanding harem go, but I'm not particularly upset about that. I'm letting Holly escape. I found somebody far, far better to take her place. So shall we go? I think I need to lie down. I imagine the events of today must have been quite taxing for you. That's one way of putting it. Wait! I take a few steps towards crunching leaves and twigs as I go. I come to a halt by the crumpled collapse form of Eleri. She's lying on the floor's floor, her silky hair fanning out on the ground beneath her eyes closed. The impact from my magic blast combined with the subsequent humiliation has quite conventionally knocked her unconscious. I don't think she'll be waking up in a while, but it is a rather long journey back to my home. I click my fingers and ropes begin to bind Illyria's catatose form. They wind about her wrists and ankles. Fion watches the process curiously. Her head tilts to one side. What are you doing? Isn't it obvious I'm securing my loot? Milady, you don't mean... Are you planning to take this knight back with you? That's the general idea. But she tried to imprison my sister. She shot her in the ankle with an arrow. She tried to lock her up. She's a horrible person. I can't stand her. You can't let her live with us. I can, and I will. I was about to say, if you really wanted to, but like, I never said she was living with us. It's like, I want to torture her. Oh. Takes a turn. It's like, oh. But what's so great about her? Well, I wonder. You know, either way here, they're both going to be like, because they both like her. She's interesting. She's beautiful. Fuck it. Because she's beautiful, of course. But beautiful, but you already have me. Indeed, I do. I can look at you at any time I wish. I bend down and let my fingers trail across Illyria's smooth cheek. But this night is different. I think she'll make a wonderful addition to my home. But, no buts. You're forgetting who's in charge here, my little thief. I know, it's your house and all, but this doesn't feel right. It ain't right, is it, Neve? I cannot say I'm thrilled by this proposition, but I sort of want to see real quick. Let's see the difference. Let's see the difference between if I say she's interesting. She's intriguing. I bend down and let my finger do the same thing. Her skin is very soft and smooth despite the cuts and mark on her cheek. I think she'll make a wonderful addition to home. But so it's the same thing, except Neve doesn't get all flustered. I already know what this character would say. I'm gonna say it just because I know she would say it. Boop. And we're gonna skip back to where we were. The lady is right, she's the one in charge. Good, I knew you see it my way. It's not like you like to have any other options. I glanced back down at the collapsed form of Eleri. No, nicely wrapped up in ropes like a Christmas present. There's a lot of questions I have to ask you, and I can think of a lot of ways to procure the answers I want. Tonight is going to be interesting in more ways than one. Fucking her, she's right. Oh, Jesus. Did we just jump home and this is where we... Yep. Why are you doing this to me? Why not? While I question you, I want to enjoy the view. I stood on the edge of my bed. I looked down at Illyria, the once proud and distinguished knight is now lying at my mercy, immobilized. She's mostly naked, save for the tight bondage gear wrapped around her body, tying her arms behind her back and her legs to the bed. If you want my personal opinion, I slid my fingertips across my captive knight's cheek. I think you look a lot better like this. I disagree. Well, you knights aren't exactly well known for your aesthetic senses, are you? Illyria gets her teeth together. She tries to struggle against her restraints, but that only makes them bite into her flesh tighter. She glowers at me. Are these enchanted? They might be. You're the worst. You don't feel any remorse, do you? Remorse? I tip my head to one side. Why would I bother with a silly emotion like that? Why you? Illyria tries to struggle again, but the efforts are in vain. She can't throw these shackles off. It's impossible. You should stop screaming. If you keep it up, you'll hurt yourself. Like you care. I don't want to leave any unnecessary marks on your pretty skin. You have a rotten personality, but you're a beautiful woman. You didn't seem to care about leaving marks when you shot that fire spell at me earlier. Well, I had to do that. You were waving that sword around. It was very dangerous. I was simply trying to defuse a tense situation. And that's why you stepped on me, is it? I like reveling in my little I like reveling in my little victories just as much as the next woman. You're nothing like a normal woman. Thank you, I'll take that as a compliment. I giggle softly to myself. Cool. How can I leave you? Well, let's go. How can I leave you be when you're so much fun to tease? You're prideful and haughty. I like that in a woman. It makes breaking you down that a little bit more exciting. You're sick. Well, maybe. I tug at the one restraint at one of the restraints that binds Illyria's arms behind her back. But you're in no position to judge me, are you? Illyria grits her teeth together, but she doesn't say anything. She can't. She knows deep down that I'm right. I'm the one in control. She's completely helpless. With a sigh, Illyria turns her head away. Her eyes are dark and half-lidded. So, why did you bring me back to your castle? What do you want to know? You catch on remarkably fast. I'm glad. Well, I look at Illyria thoughtfully, one leg folded across the other. You and I seem to be in a similar situation, don't we? We both came to Azaf unwillingly, and we're both from the real world. I make literal quotation marks with my fingers. If that is the correct term, I'm curious. Where exactly do you come from? Illyria looks at me mistrustfully for a few moments. Her eyes narrowed before she finally replies. Nagoya? Well, it figures she'd be from Japan. She was playing Azaf online in one of the Japanese servers like me. I wonder if anyone from the American or European servers could have got pulled inside this world too. Would they be able to understand the language? All the signs were written in Japanese. All the citizens speak in varying Japanese dialects. But is that really true? I doubt Neve and Fion would have ever heard of Japan if I asked them about it. I'm in Azaf now, and Japan doesn't exist. Maybe they're not actually speaking Japanese, but Azafin. How then do I understand the language? How am I able to speak it? And why does all the text I see look Japanese? Well, being transported into another world of an MMO is already unbelievable. Gaining Hetertio, a known linguistic skills is just a drop in the ocean. It's a pleasure to meet you, Illyria from Nagoya. Though I doubt Illyria is your true name. What is it? It's strange. Her face flushes pale pink. It's been a while since I used my real name. I almost forgot it. That's no good. Your name is something precious your parents gave you. You can't simply forget it. I know we can be forever who we want to be in Azaf and use titles we pick for ourselves, but we shouldn't forget who we used to be. That's surprising, thoughtfully coming from you. I'm a very thoughtful person. I'm not so sure. Illyria looks at me, her eyes narrowed. What are you talking about? I'm very thoughtful. Her suspicion is so adorable. It makes me want to toy with her even more. My name is Or it used to be... Annie? Annie, written with the characters for love. That's right. Everybody told me my name didn't fit my personality, so and as a full night, I decided to choose a different name. A name that sounds like it might suit a knight. I was wondering about that. As for myself, my real name is Katone. I'm from Tokyo. It's nice to meet you. Katone, like the instrument koto? That's right. My parents have been interested in the classics. My mother used to teach classic Japanese art, dance. But your name is in Azov is viola. That's another instrument. You must not have wanted to reinvent yourself too badly. I guess not. I leaned back against my bed, stretching. I didn't play Azov to become an entirely new person or anything. I've always been pretty happy with who I am. A sadist? That's right. I smiled thinly. I had a busy job, so I played Azov a line to let off some steam. When I woke up and found myself here, I was rather relieved. I needed a vacation. My hands have started to cramp up from typing so much, and if I keep staring at my laptop screen, I'll need to get glasses. I don't think flat glasses would suit me. I shake my head. I'm too beautiful to bother with them. So you don't care that you're in this strange new world? Not really. And Azov isn't that strange, not to me. I've been playing in this world for 2 years already. Now I can play Azov for real. I can finally make a long-lasting impact. Don't you want to go home? Isn't that why you kidnapped me? I thought you brought me here so we could discuss ways to get back to Japan. Well, we could do that, but that sounds rather boring. But what's with this easygoing attitude? What about your friends, your family? Won't they miss you? Don't you miss them? We don't even know how time functions here. A day could have passed by in the Indian world, or a year, or even a few seconds. There's no way to verify these things, so we shouldn't worry too much. But what if there's a reason why we were brought here? Haven't you thought about that? I am curious, of course, but why was I chosen to come to Azov? Why me? Thoughts been running through my mind as of late, but there's no sense of fussing about it now. You're the worst. It's like you only care about yourself. Indeed, it's how I lived while I was on Earth, and I see no reason to change myself while I'm in Azov. I'm going to do what I want whenever I want. I just want to have fun. I let my fingers trail down Illyria's exposed stomach. She shivers beneath my touch. Hey, Eleri, why did you decide to become a knight when you arrived in Azov? Being a knight is such a dull, stuffy position. Why didn't you cut loose and have a bit of fun? I was just doing what I thought was right. I want to uphold the peace no matter where I am. What job did you do back in Nagoya? I worked with the police. Why would you continue to do the same job in a fantasy world that you did in this human world? I can hardly believe it. You have such a lack of imagination, it's almost funny. Well, I lick my lower lip with my tongue. As long as you're staying with me, I'll teach you how to have a good time. What do you mean? When did we decide that I'm staying with you? You have to stay with me. That's because you're tied up. I need your help. She wouldn't say that. She'd be the one to say this. We've already sort of seen how she is, especially the way like this situation is playing out. She's gonna go for this line. We might as well follow the character. Plus, I genuinely want to see what the fuck happens if I respond with this. All mine. That's the achievement I just got. Oh god. You're my pet and you belong to me. I belong to you. That's right. Now hold still. I defeated you, so now I'm going to enjoy myself. Oh god. Thank you, game, for skipping. I appreciate it. After spending some quality time. I sent her to her own private quarters to recoup. I might be something of a sadist, but I'm not so cruel I'd keep her tied up in my chamber all night. I take a bath and then I return to my boudoir. I want to reflect a little upon my arrival in Azov and Illyria's words. Maybe there's a reason why the two of us were brought here. There's little point thinking about it. It's not like answers are going to fall from the sky and land in my lap. But though I claimed it was uninteresting in the whys and the hows of my current situation, I can't help but be a little curious. When I enter my boudoir, however, I discover that this might not be the best time for navel gazing. There's somebody in my room, sitting on the edge of my bed. An uninvited visitor. It's none other than Neve? Oh, my lady. Neve gets to her feet, hurried, and offers me a small bow, which she bows, a few strands of her hair shift, covering her eyes. She hastens to brush them away again. What are you doing in my bedroom? Do you have business with me? I apologize for entering without your permission. I know it's unseemly behavior for a maid to skulk about in the shadows like a kitten. I did knock on your door, but you didn't reply. I was having a bath. Yes, I can see that. Neve sneaks a shy glance at me from beneath her bangs. Her cheeks flush. I thought I dried myself off pretty well after my bath, but I guess not. Some of my hair still feels a little damp. Well, that's hardly my fault. I have such a lot of hair. It's a pain to clean it all. I'm sorry for intruding. You've already said that. I know. I just there's something I wanted to talk to you about. But you're busy. I can go. We can talk about it later, maybe. In fact, we don't need to talk at all. Nope. Not if you don't want me to. Neve glances at her feet. Her tail twitches beneath the hem of her dress. I don't want to be a burden. Neve, what is this silliness? I take a step forwards. My hands find Neve's shoulders. I grip them, digging my nails into her skin, though not enough to hurt. Why are you acting so coy? It isn't like you. I was just thinking. Neve glances at me shyly. Over the past few weeks, you've taken in a lot of guests. First, there was an annoying little thief girl who yaps like a dog, and now there's that knight. This is your own citadel, of course, and you're free to do what you want, but, Neve fiddles with her fingers coyly. The blush on her face gets deeper and redder. It makes me wonder whether I'm not enough for you. This again. I frown. Look, Neve, I've already told you you're my precious maid. Precious? That's right, you mean a lot to me. Doesn't matter how many guests I invited to live in my home, or how many pretty girls I have my way with, you'll always be my number one maid. But that's all I am, right? Neve sighs softly. I'm just a maid? Neve. I know it's wrong of me to expect so much from you when you've already been so generous, but when I look at you, my heart starts pounding, my face gets flushed, and sometimes I can't remember what I was going to say or I was going to do. I care about you a lot, and when I see you looking at these other girls and smiling at them or embracing them, it hurts. It really does hurt. Neve. I tip her head towards, upwards with my fingers, our eyes met. You're not jealous, are you? Neve's mouth opens and closes. She trembles beneath my fingertips. I tried to quell these feelings raging inside my heart, but it was no use. No matter how I tried, nothing seemed to work. I know it's unseemly for a maid like myself to demand so much attention, and I know it's my place to sweep the floors and do nothing more, but I am so selfish. I want a little more than that. Neve sniffles, her eyes filled with tears. What am I saying? How can I be so selfish? I used to live on the streets. You rescued me from life of poverty and gave me like an equal. You gave me more than I could hope for. I shouldn't ask for more. I shouldn't be greedy. I should be content with what I have, and I should leave you to a nice, relaxing evening on your own. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me complaining, so I'll see myself out. Neve bows her head and turns to go, but I won't let her. Not after that impassioned little plea. My grip around Neve's arms tightened. I draw her close to me, her chest pressed up against mine. We're so close, the tips of our noses are almost bumping. Neve's body is soft and yielding. She's a little shorter than me, and she's so delightfully warm. M'lady? Neve blinks at me curiously. What is it? You don't want to punish me for my transgressions, do you? Don't be silly, Neve. Why should I punish you? I smile as I coil a strand of her short dark hair around my index finger. You look like you've been punishing yourself enough already. It's only what I deserve. Why do you deserve to feel unhappy? Because I'm expecting too much. I should know my place. You're my mistress, and I'm your maid. That's all it'll ever be, right? But she stares at me hopefully, her lips pursed as though she's waiting for something more. When she breathes, her chest rises and falls. I can see her breasts tremble beneath her maid's uniform. Oh, Neve, you really are cute. I am. That's right. I'm so lucky to have a sweet, charming maid. And maybe you could be more than that. More? What do you mean? Is it true initially that I took you in as my maid and nothing more? But as the days pass, you continue to surprise me. You're devoted, dedicated, earnest, hardworking, intelligent too. I like that in a woman. I like you quite a lot. M'lady! Neve swallows, her dark throat trembles. There's no need to be jealous of Fion or Eleri. While that's true, I find them rather attractive. I've known you for much longer. Our relationship is a special one. They can never hope to come between us. Then you mean... That's right, I care about you a lot too. You've worked hard for these past few years, and now I want to repay the favor. I'll do something nice for you to make you happy. Oh, my lady, you don't have to. Don't go out of the way for my sake. It's not worth it. Shh. I press a finger against Neve's lip once more, effectively silencing her. Her lips feel faintly wet beneath my finger. It stirs a strange kind of emotion deep inside me. Desire. I'll be the one who decides how much you mean to me, and after giving it some thought, I think you're worth a lot. You're irreplaceable, but I'm just a maid. You might be a maid, but you're also a good friend and a close confidant, and who knows? You might make a good lover too. Lover, but Yeah, I didn't expect the French kiss, but I expected a kiss to happen. This time I silenced Neve, not with my finger, but with my lips. I draw her close to me, wrapping my arms around her back and press our lips together firmly. I nibble against Neve's lower lip, and she gasps obligingly. Yes. This gives me more than an ample opportunity to slide my tongue inside her mouth. Though I pride myself on being able to keep my composure, this kiss is starting to make even me turn red. It's a deep kiss, passionate and yearning. Though Neve was a little reticent at first, afraid perhaps to return my affections, she soon begins to kiss me back. Our tongues go together, I can taste her saliva. Basically, we're getting in detailed. This went very quickly to prawn. Yes, prawn. That's what we're gonna have to call it, YouTube. Neve's arms wrap around in my own waist, pulling me up, flush against her body. It's not just her arms, her tail too is whining about me. It entwines and ensnares me, holding me in place. Not that I mind. Right now, there's nowhere I want to be but here. I want to kiss Neve, suck on her tongue, and nip at her lips until they swell as long as possible. I want to drink her until there's nothing left. Neve's breasts are slashed up against mine. I can feel through the fabric of her maid's uniform that her nipples. Oh God, details. I gasp softly into the kiss. Neve pushes against me, suddenly aggressive. Her tongue mines the depths of my mouth, filling it. She's awfully passionate. Maybe she's trying to release all those pent-up emotions trapped inside her. I draw away, a strand of saliva connecting our swollen lips together, and I gasp. You're quite persistent. Do you mind? No, it's quite the opposite. I like it. Oh, I'm so glad. I was worried I was being too pushy. But I've wanted to do this for such a long time. She has a power complex. She probably has no problem with this at all. I laugh softly. I can tell you're not being very subtle. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Her tail twitches like a dog's. I wonder if she does that when she's turned on. Oh God, I'll have to experiment. I've wanted to do this for so long. I can't hold back. Then don't. Oh, Viola. Neve's eyes fill with tears. I love you. I love you so much. Not just as my mistress, but as a friend and a partner. I love you in every way there is to love somebody. Cute little thing. I smile and press a quick, fleeting kiss against her open mouth. I love you too. Viola! And they do this again with a flustered face and trembling shoulders. Neve presses her lips against mine once more in a wet, hot kiss. It'd be ironic if one of them walked in. That literally the end of Sakura MMO? That's sorta. Thank you for playing. Yeah. There is a second one to this game. I didn't expect to finish it that quick. Jesus Christ. I'm used to Sakura Agents, I guess. And I think Sakura Agents went on longer because I did a lot shorter episodes. Oh, that was good. Damn it, now I want to hop into the second one. How much is the fucking second? Give me one fucking second. One hot picking minute, alright? I gotta fucking find this bitch. Alright, I have Steam pulled up. It's not on the screen, but I'm gonna grab my keyboard. Alright. $6.99. Damn it. Oh, and it's on sale right now for $6.99. It's actually $10. I might grab it. If I do, so you guys know, I want to know beforehand, either by clicking the like button or a comment, would you guys want me to hop straight into another one of Sakura MMO, or would you guys want me to hop to another Sakura game or another visual novel entirely? Because I try to at least have one visual novel series going on. Like we went with Lake Voices, then The Letter. The Letter's still going on, by the way. I just haven't had a lot of time to focus on it. And what's good? I wanted to bring back another Sakura game because you guys love the Agents and people are loving MMO, which is fucking great. So I sort of want to bring another Sakura game back. And I want to know if you guys want it to be Sakura MMO 2. I probably won't buy it before this, but I might, because this deal only lasts for another like hour or two. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna buy it. This should go up within like a week or two. I should have enough time just in case then. Well, no, I'll still buy it. So either way, you'll figure out if like, you know, if you guys want it to be now, or do you want to break and then we hop into it later? So like, would you guys want another Sakura MMO 2 hop straight into, or would you guys want to break and then we hop to it? This game came out in 2019. I'm actually hoping sort of this is like a series. Like we're gonna like we could set up and be like, yo guys, play Sakura MMO number 3. Don't get me wrong, this one, it like gave us an interest through the world of the game and everything, so we got like an idea for what is to come. We learned our characters, we added some to our household, we learned that our character was a harem, and we have 3 total. That was a good way to end it, with her and Neve, because those are the 2 originals, and I'm happy with that, with them having like a relationship, and their complexes work perfectly for one another. Anyways, I think it'll be cool to see where the story is going to take it. I don't know how the second one goes. By reading the description over here for the Sakura MMO 2, I'm going to read it real quick. Fiola's quest in the land of Azaf continues, supported by her party of cute girls. She tries to learn who summoned her to Azaf and why. Will she finally uncover the truth? I really like that. So I'm interested to see if that means that we're going to get a lot more story. Not just in the sense of new characters and exploring around Azaf online, but as in maybe we'll figure out why she was summoned here, if it was random, if it was a reason, or we'll get like a brand new little arc to play off of instead of just Fion or something like that, like a huge story arc. I sort of want a huge story arc to hit. So I'm hoping they introduce one here, or they at least hint towards it. We have a lot of super like stuff go on, and then maybe we have a third one. We'll see how it goes. The ratings for it are positive. I'm happy about that. So I'm probably gonna hop on this game. I just still don't know how much you guys want to see it, so just tell me whenever the fuck you guys want to see it, and I'll be glad to hop on there. Other than that, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, click that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button to me download videos. If you guys wish to be notified when I upload, click that notification bell so you guys will be notified in email and on YouTube when I upload. Other than that, hopefully y'all have a great day. And remember what I said about the comments, alright? I really like look for the comments and the likes. Those are the 2 big like factors. Views matter too, but those are the 2 big ones for like if you guys want it now. Other than that, I will catch you homies next LowTide.
I can't hold on.